If you mine and only mine, it's time to show me. 'Cause we drink aqua like we drowning at the beach. Yeah, like we drowning at the beach. Yeah, like we drowning at the beach.
Yeah, DMV, you know what time it is. It's your boy Capo. I'm back here with another Hurtlocka interview, and today I got the good man with me, but on this show, I like to let folk introduce themselves, so we'll start with your name, what it means, and how did it come about. Tell the people something, brother.
It's Amir Ace, man. It just represent me and my family. You know, that's who I do it for. That's who I hold it down for. So that her name just represent all of us all together. You know, that's why it's more than one. Because whenever you see me, it's more than one of me. If you go against me, you're going against a whole army. You know, so the whole name just represent all of that.
Okay. And so you're a music artist, right? Do you consider yourself a rapper, a singer, just an artist all around? What title do you put on yourself?
I just consider myself a creator, you know, with God-given talent and just, you know, just putting it out to the world and just letting the people decide. I let you decide whether or not I'm a rapper or I'm a singer or I'm a hip-hop artist or I'm an R&B artist or whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it. I let the people decide. I just create and put it out there.
Okay, I respect that. So as a creator, generally, I don't ask the who are your influences question, but I more so want to know because I want to understand how that impacts how you create.
I would say my influence is Wayne. Definitely Tupac.
Okay.
And I would have to say Music Soul Child. Maybe a little bit of Chris Brown in there, but I would say them probably my biggest influences musically.
And what do you think they've done for your sound? Like, as far as like what your music sounds like?
Well, I think music kind of just gave me the vibe of just melody and just putting your soul into it and just being able to, you know, be romantically involved. And then I think Tupac just kind of gave me the ability to understand that you could be romantically involved and be something else at the same time. And Wayne kind of just gave me the influence just to kind of understand, like, you know, when you creating, you got to create outside the box. You got to think outside the box. You can't just do what everybody else is doing. You got to be something different. You got to do something different. And I just feel like all three of them things just kind of well-rounded together just kind of made me who I am, you know, sonically.
Okay, I respect it. So you're an independent artist here, based in the DMV. What have been some of the challenges you faced with that endeavor, as far as, you know, we're not exactly known as the music town, but we definitely have some musical influence, a lot of musical history here, but what have been some challenges that you've run into as an artist here?
I really just finding platforms, man. I say that's probably like the biggest thing here in the DMV is just having a platform. You could create your own platform, which is what people like myself, people like you've been doing. You know, you got Open Gym out there. You got a lot of different platforms that's being created right now. So that's really a good thing. But I would say as long as we just continue to create platforms and create your own platform, I say that you'll have a space in the music industry.
I know for me, my journey in like creating a platform started probably like 2012, just seeing how much sheer talent was here and being like, dog, nobody's gonna talk about it. Everybody just wants to be the rapper. Like, all right, cool, but like there has to be some narrative, some storyline. And like at this point, I kind of feel like we need some film directors involved to kind of take the stories that are in the music to the people and to the community and take them to the theater so that people can connect the dots of all of it. Now you get to see a visual representation of what you're hearing. Like, I think free car music needs a movie. You know what I'm saying? Not that you make free car music, but just conceptually for the area, that's necessary.
You're right. Actually, it's kind of odd that you say that, man, because I actually been working on a movie lately.
Word?
Yeah. I actually been working on a movie lately and a book. And that's going to be out soon, man. I want y'all to pay attention for that. I'm dropping a book real soon. It's the greatest story that I ever read.
Okay.
Honestly.
It's
the greatest story that I ever read. And I think that people actually enjoy it, man. It just kind of wraps up the life of somebody who comes from the DMV or somebody who comes from LA or somebody who comes from Atlanta or somebody who's been in the inner city and, you know, been through all the struggles of being a black man or being a young black man actually coming up through those individual circumstances. And also the experiences that come along with that. You know, your family get into different things, you get into different things. you know, your people get into different things. So it just kind of tells it from all these different points of view. And it's crazy how the main character, you know, perceives himself and how other people perceive him. Other people perceived him in the beginning as being somebody that was more like chill, somebody that was more quiet. And the whole time he perceived himself as being something that was great. And over time, that greatness just kind of came through. And really, to kind of get in depth a little bit about what it's really about how you spiritually, what you are spiritually before you actually born. Because you know how they say every time that you know how they say, you know, when you have a body, you have a spirit, you have a soul. Well, you were something before you became into this body, right? Because this body is just a shell.
That's what they say.
So what was it like before you came into this shell? And that's what the book is about. It's about a real life story of what you were before you came into the shell of a body, and how all of us are so great just for even making it and being here.
That's a fact.
Right?
Like, you made it this far.
Exactly, because you made it this far. Not only that, but it's more of it's a 1 in a million chance for you to make it on this side.
Yeah, just to be born.
But you got to think about everybody else that's on the other side. Think about all the spirits and all the other, you know, divinities that didn't even make it through to the body. They didn't make it through the womb to actually cross over to this physical body. So what is their life like? And as they say, as above, so below. So I believe the same things that's going on in the spirit realm is the same thing that's going on in this realm as well. So it gets kind of deep, man, but it just kind of helps you understand that, you know, you have a greater purpose. And just for you to even make it this far, you've already achieved X amount of that purpose. So now it's up to you to kind of finish the rest of that out and see how the rest of the story goes, man. It's really interesting. I'm excited for y'all to see it, man. Look out for it. It's coming out this summer. That book will be out this summer. And when y'all see it, I'm going to give a couple copies out, you know, to put the word out. So if you're a journalist, drop a note in the comments, get in contact with Jason. If you're a book reader or an avid book reader, drop a comment, get in contact with Jason so we can get you a copy, man, and you can write a review of it, because I promise you it's the greatest story ever told.
No, that's dope, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you know, I see you mainly at shows and events and stuff, so we don't ever get to connect on this level. Just hearing this level of, like, spirituality and, like, connectivity with, like, before life and after life is really interesting to even know that's something that be on your mind. Because, you know, you meet people, especially for me, as a non-artist, I meet artists in their element and they in their bag, right? And then you don't really ever see the, like, human side of it, right? You just see the shows, the clothes, the girls, the whatever. I'm like, cool. But, like, I would have never got this without doing this interview. That was dope. And the fact that you putting it out to the public is real dope.
Yeah.
On that note, can you think of, like, a moment in your journey thus far that was kind of validating for you, where you were like, all right, we're going the right way? Because, you know, there's no directions to this shit.
I would tell you this, man. I would say it was odd. It was odd. I got a phone call. A good friend of mine called me and he said, man, he was like, my father want to do something with this studio. And I was like, all right. I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's cool. You know, he gave me a good rundown and everything that was going on. And we kind of close, like we kind of family and everything like that. But I had a whole nother situation going on that was, you know, that I've been using to get by. And it's just so crazy that as soon as I got that phone call, that other situation just kind of started going left.
Kind of falling apart.
So it was crazy because God had already lined something else already up for me and for my future, for me to be doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing, when I thought that everything with this other situation was going to be my standing ground, right? I thought that this was going to be my ground. I thought that this was what's going to take me to the next level and everything like that. But it just seemed that God had a whole nother plan for me. And so while something else going on in the background that I had no idea about that was getting ready to crumble, it was another thing that was actually being built and was already built, being ready to be handed to me. And so it was like, it was just crazy because that's how God worked, man. That was nothing but God right there. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to thank the Lord on that. And that just kind of gave me confirmation recently that I'm on the right path, that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm doing exactly what I should be doing, because otherwise I would have never got that phone call.
That's fire. And it almost answers my next question, which was like, how do you keep your head up when things ain't going right? Because again, ain't no machine behind us. You know what I'm saying? We all independent, trying to get to it. So when, you know, the show fall through, or the venue, or the studio session, or whatever fall through, we don't have a label that's calling and moving shit around for us.
Facts.
We got to make shit move.
Facts.
So like, how do you stay motivated? Because I know as creatives and entrepreneurs, we go in the area endeavor with a plan. And every time that plan gets thrown out the fucking window. So like, do you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tell people, like, if I'm throwing a show and everything is going right, like 2 hours in, I get nervous. Cause it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be nimble. You're supposed to have, you know what I'm saying? Like every artist is on time. Every artist is ready. What is going on in here? I get nervous. I be expecting the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and not even bullshit. That just comes with the game. You know what I mean?
Expecting the wave. You know, it's all a wave. You got to ride the wave. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes with an up and down. You got to have an up to appreciate the down. You got to have a down to appreciate the up. So the way that I kind of look at it is what keeps me kind of grounded is just knowing that I got a bigger purpose. Mm-hmm. I just keep that in the back of my mind, that I know that I have a bigger purpose. And at night, it's crazy, man, because lately, for like the past like 2-3 weeks, I just been getting chased in my dreams. Like I can't even explain it. Like niggas just chasing me. It's almost like they think I committed a murder that I didn't even commit. And it's like they make me believe that I actually committed, but I didn't commit the murder, but niggas is chasing me down. And it's kind of crazy. The scenery of it is set up where it's like I'm in the projects. It's an open building, and the building is not like one of the ones with the doors. It's like one of the ones that have like an open hallway where the steps is in the middle of the hallway, and you could just kind of walk up, and the doors is kind of on the outside a little bit. But every time I step outside and I step onto the scene, it's like somebody will notice me, they'll know who I am, and then they might make a phone call, and the next thing you know, I got 100 niggas after me. And they catch me every time, but I always get out of it every single time. And so I'm waking up in sweats, I'm waking up alert, like what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like heart beating fast, mind racing. But every time I realize that I get out of it. And so it just kind of let me know people may chase you. People may try and hold you back. People may try and get to you. People may try and hold you down. But when you have a bigger purpose and God's life and God's hands is on you, you always find yourself making a way when there is no way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I kind of just, little things like that just kind of keep me going, because I've been focused on trying to figure out what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? And little things could be happening behind your back, man. People could be trying to put destruction on you behind your back. You could be doing well. People could be trying to bring you down behind your back, or even just getting in a group together just to kind of take down one man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that happens too, man. It'll take 10 niggas to try and take down one man. So you got to just stay prayed up.
For sure.
And I realize every time I break that Bible out, I realize my mind just go into a new phase. I just get new energy. I get renewed. All the weird stuff just kind of start getting away from me and everything. So, I even one time, man, I was even in such a rush to even find a Bible. I had to drop, man. I drove 45 minutes to my stepfather's house. And I was like, hey, I called him up. I was like, hey, you got a Bible? He was like, yeah, but all I got is my personal joint. I was like, man, I need it right now. I drove 45 minutes all the way to his crib just to go pick that up. I picked that up. I started reading it. It didn't even matter what I read. I just cracked the book open and just started reading something. I didn't even go for a script, for a specific scripture. I just started reading something, but I knew everything that I was speaking. I knew that it was just speaking more life over me and just bringing more angels to come and protect me. And so little do you know that whole little fiasco just kind of started bringing negative energy away from me. And I just felt more and more energized and more back to my positive mindset, and just keeping a positive mind. If you keep a positive mind, you could do anything, but you got to stay away from negativity. And believe it or not, when you're around negative people, that that negativity will get on you, man.
Oh, for sure.
Even when they speaking on negativity, it could be something that's personally going on with them. But if they just in a negative mind state and you constantly hearing it, it'll get on you, man. Imagine being in the bed. Imagine sleeping next to somebody and they just in a negative space. Like, this is the person you sleep with. Just think about that, right? It's like you'll see yourself go from here to here to here to here to here to here. And you be like, how the fuck did I get here? But it's really just the negative energy. And once I brought that Bible in that space, it was like, flee from me.
Yeah.
It just started getting crazy, but everything just started going back up.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's just what I use, man. That's just what I use. I just use a lot of spirituality, believe it or not, man. You could see it on me. You could breathe it on me. My mother always told me I had it on me when I was younger. And so that's just one thing that I just keep on my mind. Just having that spirituality with me and just carrying that with me just helps keep me out of a lot and helps keep me sane throughout the day. Help keep me on my path.
When my father passed in 2014, it was two things I kept: his Bible and his glasses.
So you can see what he see and read what he read. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's the, you know what I'm saying, the vision. You know what I'm saying? The guiding light. When I want to shift a little more into the music side of things. So when you're making your music, right? What's the approach like? Like, are you waking up with an idea and straight to the studio? Do you write it down? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the process look like?
It varies, man. So I got a couple producers, one in mind right now, Own Lane, that's my guy. Shout out to Own Lane. He sent me like a whole beat pack. He sent me like 350 beats. He just hit me up one day. He was like, I want to send you my whole catalog. He sent me 350 beats. And ironically, what I'll do is I'll wake up and I make it, even when I don't feel like creating, sometimes I'll just get into that zone anyway, where it's like, I'm going to make something anyway, just because this is what I'm doing. I crack open a beat and I go to the next beat and I make a whole song off of it. And I haven't cracked open a beat yet that I ain't feel nothing. I just go off of whatever I feel. However the beat make me feel is whatever I'm going on. And it's always going to be something that happened in my day or that's going on at that moment that's going to identify with the sounds that's sonically coming from that beat. And I just make it right there on the spot. And sometimes it's quick. Sometimes it's a little slow. I make it a point to not turn on the beat until I'm ready to address it. Because if I turn on the beat before then, the first thing that comes to my mind is what I'm putting out. Because that's where you get the most fluidity at. That's where you get the most natural. That's where you get the most natural response. So I always make sure that I'm in like a space where I'm able to capture whatever it is that's going to come to me in that moment, whether it be in my car, whether it be in my crib, whether it be wherever, even in the shower. If I turn a beat on in the shower, I might come up with the hook right then and there, and I'm right there voice noting, recording, and just making sure, look, I came up with the hook, and just building it from there. I always make sure I'm in the right space as soon as I turn on that beat, because whatever's speaking to me that first time is what's gonna come out, and normally it's always a smash.
With that said, like, is there a song that's like super personal to you that's out there? And if so, like, what's that about?
I would say something super personal right now, man, is Aqua. Super personal right now. I had this female that I was dealing with, and you know, girls, man, they like to go on these girl trips and all of that, you know. And it was crazy because she went on a girl trip, and I just felt like the energy wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you at home, you on my nuts. You calling me, you texting me, you blowing me up. But the minute you took that flight and you went out of town, the energy just kind of shifted. And so it just kind of let me know, like, hold up, like what's, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that about? You know, you ain't FaceTime me the whole time. You used to getting FaceTimes the whole time. You know, my phone blowing up, trying to hit me up, FaceTime me, call me, all of that. But you go on a girls trip, I don't get no FaceTime. I get a FaceTime on the last day. You out there for 3 or 4 days, but I get a FaceTime on the last day.
She was having a good time.
I find that, hey, I just find that find that a little weird, you know what I'm saying? And so awkward. I just came up with that right there on the spot, you know what I'm saying? Just she was at the beach, I was just thinking about the beach, you know what I'm saying? Just yeah, and it just came out just like that, and that's just how it came about.
Story. So as we said earlier in the interview, you know, you're an independent artist, right? And a lot of the independent artists that I know in this area have had opportunities for a deal, right? And so I always want to know what was the decision-making process in that, right? Like, you obviously could go after the major label deal, or you could keep it independent. We know the independent grind is a grind. Takes a lot longer. Tends to be more lucrative to a point. So, you know, just what was that thought process like for you?
So right now I'm just putting it out there to the world, working on things, just putting it out there. I haven't necessarily decided yet. If I had the opportunity to co-create with a label, I would. I kind of have a system in place, but I'm pretty sure that they could probably show me some things that I might not. They could show me some things that I might not know, you know, put me on game. Mm-hmm. But sonically, I'm kind of already going where it is that I want to go. So, and I also been building. You know, I've been hustling for a long time. So, me investing in myself or getting to a point to where as though I'm ready to do things, where I'm ready to pop out and I'm ready to show my face and I'm ready to do this and I'm ready to do that. That took a while for me to just invest in myself the whole time. So the whole time I just been working on the music. So I think a label is something that they could offer me as far as maybe like a cash money type situation. I'd be open to something like that because I'm already bringing something to the table. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, my whole thing was, oh, I got to get signed, or I got to do this, or I got to do that. And what I realized is there wasn't nobody looking to sign me.
Okay.
So I had to sign myself. And I had to just work on myself and work on my own art and work on the way that I was presenting things to the world and work on what I was willing to put into it, the blood, sweat, and tears and my own money and all of that. So being an independent artist now is kind of fulfilling because I get to see the growth that I've made, and I can still put things out to see more growth. So I appreciate being independent for so long because it allowed me to see, okay, this is how you look good on camera this way. This is how you put out the music this way. This will work. This won't work. You can't start. You can't stop. You got to keep going. Those different types of things that really matter along the way. So I appreciate being independent, man. I'm not necessarily looking for a label right now. Right now, I'm just looking for a great response from the world, however it may come.
We all got to do this this here social media grind. There's been the big noise over the TikTok ban and all of that. What is your relationship like with social media, your fan base, and how do you use those things? Use, you know, those platforms to connect with your fans, or you more direct to consumer, like an email guy? Like how you move on that?
It's odd, man, because I actually got a lot of important people that's on my social media, right? And the crazy thing is that we've all grown together. If I look back at them 6 months, they was in a totally different place. Mm-hmm. If you look back at me 6 months or a year, I was in a totally different place. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy to kind of see how everybody just continues on with their grind and just continues to grow and elevate. Mm-hmm. So with my social media, I spent more time building relationships.
Got you.
Because I thought that was what was important at the time, was relationships, because I was always looking for somebody else to put me on, for somebody else to show me how to do something, or somebody else to give me a platform. I would say just recently, I just probably got into really just building my own audience and allowing them to kind of give me feedback on what they like and what they want more of and what they want to see more from me. And so I love it, man. It's all about how much can you bear? How authentic can you be? You know, how much can you show of yourself without without giving too much or without being too corny or just anything, right? Just all natural. And I like the fact that social media gives me the opportunity to do that, because before social media, when you get into the other era, man, artists used to be just so mysterious. When you look at DMX, when you look at people like DMX, or when you look at like a Jay-Z, or when you look at like a Mariah Carey, even, right? You didn't see them too much. When you did see them, it was something that was on a larger scale, that was so grand, or you held on to every little word.
Yeah.
When nowadays, where artists is a little bit more personal with their fans and a little bit more personable, you gotta have that authenticity that is connecting with them in many ways.
Do you think there's a gift and curse to that?
I think that it's a gift. I don't necessarily think that it's a curse unless you allow it to be, right? It don't matter how much money you make, man. Money can't make a lame nigga a real nigga, or, money can't make you official. So you got to just be yourself. And the more you be yourself, the more you going to have your tribe. Trust me, it's a million motherfuckers out there that think just like me. They think just like you. You just got to find them. And if you put yourself out there enough, the universe going to bring them to you. So you just got to be authentic. So I love the fact that it just allows me to keep being authentic. I don't have to do nothing that's fake. And everybody that's real, that's on my same type of frequency, on my same type of vibe, they're going to find me. And lately they've been finding me, streaming my music. So I got to be grateful for that, man. Just show gratitude.
Would you have any advice? Like if you were talking to you, say, 10 years ago, whenever you started your music grind, right? You now, talking to you when you started, what advice would you give young you?
I would say to lock in, put out what you think is good, disassociate from the result, and keep going. That's what I would tell my younger self. It's been so many times that I stopped just chasing the money. We need money to survive. We need money to live. But it's been so many times where I lose focus on the art and focus on the money from the business, on any aspect, whether it be trying to get some money or whether it be trying to build something that's making money or all these other different things. I would tell my younger self to mainly just focus on the art and putting the art out and just being consistent with putting the art out without stopping. And as long as you do that, you'll make it to where you want to be. I'll be further than what I am today.
What's next for you this year? I know we got the single coming, Aqua. What else you got going on though?
Well, we got the book coming out, of course. The book is number one important. Then we got the movie coming out after that. Y'all definitely stay tuned. And other than that, man, we just got life, man. Just more life, man. Just me just being a father. I got 2 young boys, just me being a father to them and just enjoying life, man. Just enjoying the life that I have. Just being grateful for being alive, grateful for being above dirt. I know so many of my friends or so many people that I used to know that's not above dirt right now. And so I just got to be grateful for that. And I've been hooping lately, getting in shape right now. I'm in training right now. So all of 2024, I spent all of 2024, man, just traveling, just playing in different celebrity games. So I've been playing in Houston. I've been playing in LA. I was in the BET Awards this past year, just playing for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and then I was playing for another charity, and it was just all these different creators that was a part of the whole scene. So we played with Love and Hip Hop. I'm talking NFL pros and Hall of Famers and different TV aspects, different movie stars and all of that, just all playing in games with them, man. So I just been loving it, just elevating that way. I played with Andrew Moxie with Lethal Shooter. I played with the guy, oddly, I played with the guy from, you remember the movie Hustler? Or the movie Hustle that came out with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
So my man Rodriguez, that come down in the very beginning, and that's in like the second scene, doing all the hooping and all that, going back and forth against the player. I played with him.
Damn.
And I played with him in LA at the BET Awards.
Damn, that's dope.
And shout out to my man Confusion. He kind of plugged me in. It was crazy on how we made the connection. I played with Gillian Wallow.
Damn.
This class. I played
you bust
with
Gilly ass?
Nah, man. Actually, Gilly was on my team.
Oh, wow.
Gilly gave me a Gilly gave me a clean ass pass and put me at the foul line for real. That's the only highlight I got from that film. Gilly gave me a clean pass, put me at the foul line. You know, I switched the bucket. Put that on the highlight. Yeah, put that on the highlight reel. But shout out to my man Confusion though, man. He just put me on the court. It was how it happened. I had done some things with the baby and Stunner probably like a couple years ago, and we just kind of kept in contact. And Stunner put up this whole flyer just saying that he was coming to Maryland playing in a celebrity game with Gilly and Watto. So I reached out to the nigga who was on the flyer, and he seen that me and Stunner knew each other and everything. He was like, man, it's all love. He was like, just come on with it, just come on out here, pull up. And man, I just pulled up and it just opened my whole world up, man. It just opened up so many doors for me, man, as far as like being in celebrity games and being able to just travel and do something else that I actually love. And I'm just connecting with all these stars, and it's crazy. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy how God opened up doors. What's meant to be is going to be. So that's actually what's next. I would say just look out for me there. I'm probably going to be playing pro sometime in the June.
Man, listen. This nigga wait to the end of the interview to tell you niggas that he out here busting ass in the celebrity game. That's what I'm talking about. Can you tell the people where they can find you at, brother?
Hey, man, y'all can find me everywhere. Amir Ace. That's on YouTube. That's on IG. That's on TikTok. That's on whatever you call it, man. Amir Ace everywhere. Apple Music. Everywhere you listen to music. Everywhere you download and stream. Watch out for the book that's coming out soon. If you're a journalist or if you're an avid book reader, make sure you put a comment below. Reach out to Jason or put a comment below so we can make sure that we get you out one of them first copies so you could go on ahead and do us a great review, because I'm telling you, it's going to be life-changing. And other than that, man, you can just find me out here, man. Just check for me. I'm going to be around. I'm never hiding. I'm always around. You always see my face doing something new, always recreating, and always putting myself out there. So you'll never see me below the dirt, man.
Already. It's been another Hurtlocka interview. I'm Capo. I'm a good man. I appreciate you.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
If you mine and only mine, it's time to show me. We drink aqua like we drowning at the beach. Yeah, like we drowning at the beach. Yeah, like we drowning.